Okay, for each vocab unit chart, it's important to know that it might be similar to what you have done in the past. It might not be the same. It might be the same, but for 8th grade, these are the things that you're going to need to do for each vocab unit chart. In Google Classroom, you're going to have to do number 1 and number 2 here by accessing the blank chart for the unit and the unit video. And I'll show you those in just a moment. Now, the video is super important. You are to use the same info from the video on the chart. I don't want you to make up your own information for your chart. You're looking at the video, taking my information about the word, the parts of speech, the definition, the sentences, that sort of thing, and that is what you plug into the chart. Spelling and punctuation counts, absolutely. So here's what the chart looks like. You're going to have a unit number at the top. I usually have that filled in for you. Your job is to put your name first and last in the name blank, and I usually have the quiz date filled in for you. So our Unit 1 quiz is going to be Thursday, October 1st, 2020. You're going to have spots for the vocab word. Parts of speech. They usually have one part of speech. Sometimes they have two, and on rare occasions there are three. You're going to have a spot for definitions. At least one, if not two, sometimes three. That's pretty rare. And then an example sentence. Again, you are using the same information on the video. You are not making up your own information for this chart assignment. You'll also notice at the bottom of the charts, you're going to have a total parts of speech count. When you're done with number 10, you go back through and count your parts of speech, and you plug the numbers in here, and that information will also be at the end of each video. So here, okay, I've stopped in a section of the video where it kind of shows all the information that you're going to need for your chart. You've got your word, there's a picture, that's just for you, pronunciation is just for you, part of speech, definition, example sentence, so on and so forth. Now your job is to take this same information, spelled correctly, punctuated correctly, and put it onto your chart. So, first word is adjacent, part of speech, adjective. Definition is near, next to, or adjoining. There's no periods or punctuation at the end of definitions. And the example sentence always starts with a capital letter, Boston, Massachusetts, and its adjacent suburbs were flooded after 3 days of rain. Period. I am always going to check for capital letters at the beginning and punctuation at the end. More times than not, when people do charts, that is where they're going to lose points in that example sentence, if they're missing that punctuation or capitalization where it needs to be. Now here I have your chart pulled up. Again, you've got a unit number. You're going to fill in your name. I'm going to have your quiz date filled in for you, and you fill in the same information as the video. Try to center everything up. Make sure you spell things correctly. So adjacent was our first word. That is an adjective. Definition for adjacent is near, next to, or adjoining. No punctuation at the end here, that's okay. But we have to have a capital letter on our sentence. Boston, Massachusetts, and its adjacent suburbs were flooded after 3 days of rain. Period. Now, people are going to ask, do I need to do anything to the word here? You can leave it alone, or in the video, I have it underlined or highlighted, whatever you want to do. If you want to make it stand out, that's fine. My big thing is that everything is spelled correctly. You have a capital letter here, period there, and everything's nice and filled in the same as from the video. Now, you're going to do the same, like number 7, you're going to have 2 parts of speech, one on top, one on the bottom, 2 definitions, one on top, one on the bottom, 1 example sentence. At the end of the video, you're going to have a total parts of speech count. Count up how many nouns you have, put the number there. How many verbs did you have? Put the number there. How many adjectives, how many adverbs? Now, since 7 has 2 parts of speech, your 4 numbers here are not going to add up to 10, they'll add up to 11. So that's how we do a vocab chart, and charts are due the day of the quiz. So for Unit 1, as our example here, quiz date for this one will be Thursday, October 1st.